Hi, thanks for talking to me today. I appreciate it. I really enjoyed the film.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Katie, can you talk a second about kind of where the idea originally came from?
Yeah. So the story is loosely inspired by stuff that has happened to actually several friends of mine. Having kind of a Goldilocks and the Three Bears moment of, finding a unconscious white woman in your house who's intoxicated and having to figure out, like, what do I do? And I think that this is a situation where we wanted to make a movie that was about that phenomenon where, like, people of color in America have to have a burden of having to think about how you're being perceived at all times. And in a situation where you're, the Goldilocks and the Three Bears situation, it's like when you're in a situation like that, you have to think of, like, how does this look? Like, what is this doesn't look good. And I mean, in the situation that happened with my friend, like, he was trying to be a good Samaritan, and he put this woman in his car and he's like, I'm just going to take her home, it's all going to be fine. But he, like, when she passed out again, he realized, like, I am a brown man with a stranger in my car, and this just, like, doesn't look good. And that's the unfortunate reality, is like that there's something, like, kind of absurd about this, of, like, the tragedy of, like, trying to be a good person and trying to do the right thing, but, like, you're the enemy is, like, societal bias and racism. It's just, like, working against you. So yeah, I mean, it came from a lot of different places, and we wanted to make a movie about that.
All right. And then Carey, can you kind of talk about, I guess, what was the most difficult part bringing it to life, and also kind of comparing it to, I know there was a short that you changed. So can you kind of talk about that and how you altered it in that way?
I don't know if there was difficulty in bringing it to life from comparison to the short. I mean, the short for me was, at first I didn't quite know the way in, because it was a humorous take on something that's very serious. But once I figured to focus on their friendship, that was the way in, and how they reacted, of how to handle the situation, was where the comedy was going to come from. That really unlocked the whole thing for me, and to keep it grounded in, like, real stakes for them. So going to the feature, it was really I kept that same energy, I kept this, like, that's the story. Like, for me, I was like, this is a love story between these two guys who are being pulled apart in this night by this thing that's been thrust upon them, when they really just wanted to have this beautiful, fun night of spring break, but life said no. So that was my North Star in that. So I didn't find that the difficulty in that. I mean, it's if anything, it was maybe a difficult of riding that tonal tightrope for an hour and a half over 11 minutes. But I had such great collaborators in my DP, Mark Delatorre, and the editor, Lam Wynn, and our production designer, Jeremy Woodward, of all knowing the movie we were making, and then this cast really understanding the movie we were making and keeping it grounded and keeping the stakes very real. So I was surrounded by such wonderful people, and all having the same film that we were making. It was not difficult in that way.
All right. Can you talk about the decision to recast? I mean, was it a decision, or did it just have to be done? And how did you kind of find the new people cast?
We had a wonderful casting director in Kim Coleman, and I worked with RJ Kyler on another film called R#J, like, just recently before this one. And I jumped at the chance to work with him again. I was like, he would be great for Sean. And so we got him, and then Kim brought Donald and Sebastian to us, and the chemistry was so great between them. It was just kind of like a no-brainer. And then we filled out the cast. I met with Sabrina because she had a relationship with Temple Hill, which is our production company, and she was wonderful, and it just bloomed from there. So that was it was a different thing from the short. This was just its own different thing. So we just did a whole new casting sort of process.
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate your time, and I did enjoy the film.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.